Hey guys, welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. The time has come for me to build a new office PC. It's been a while since I built this thing. Here's the specs. 9900K, a buttload of RAM, two 2080 Ti's from Gigabyte, water-cooled, of course. Yeah, let me pull this out and let me set it up here on this workbench so you can have a better look at it. I don't remember if I built this thing or if I recorded building this thing is what I should have said. I don't remember if I recorded this or if I just built this on my own. If I did and I can find the video, I'll put a link up in the upper right hand corner so you can go check that out. If I didn't, this is it. It served me well, but it is time to build something new now that water-cooled 30 series are out thanks to the 1.11 version update and the 5000 series of Ryzen, if that gives you any hint as to what's going in the new Office PC. Let me throw this thing back down here under the desk. Let me power it on. And I'm going to take you through the shopping cart. I'm going to do same-day delivery. I'm going to put an MSI MEG X570 Ace motherboard, a Ryzen 9 5950X, 4 sticks of G-Skill TridentZ Royal in gold, 32 gig, 3200 megahertz, a 2 terabyte M.2 drive, 1600 watt power supply, because why not? Why not? If I'm going to build something overpowered, then I may as well put in a ridiculous power supply. I'm going to put that in the Fractal Design Define R6 in gunmetal with the tempered glass side, because right now that's one of my favorite cases in the game. As for the rest of the parts, we're going to have to go over here to the custom water cooling shop, and here it is. I'm going to put in EK everything. We've got an EK block, an EK res, and 2 360 radiators. Obviously, it's all RGB, and then for the graphics cards, I'm going to put in 2 EVGA RTX 3090 for the Win 3 Ultra Hydro Copper gaming GPUs. So $4,000 worth of GPUs. I want same-day delivery on all this stuff because we're going to build it right now. Yeah, right now. I'm going to build it with you guys. That's all we're going to do in this episode. We're just going to build a new Office PC. The one that I have under the desk now, I'll probably just sell it on PC Bay. But let me go ahead and buy all of this stuff for same-day delivery. There we go. There we go. We should have it all. There's the case. And here's all of those parts. All right. All right. Let me get this case taken apart, because I don't need any of this stuff that's in here. I don't need these fans. I don't need these hard drive trays. All of it needs to go for this build. Get out of here, fans. And this fan and this bay up here. This gets to slide back. This fan has to go as well. Okay. Oh, the top needs to come off. There we go. I think we've gotten everything out of this case that we can take out. Oh, nope, we haven't, because this beauty panel has to go too. All right, everything's out of there. Let me get started with some water cooling parts. I want to get the radiators mounted. So let me get this front 360 mounted in here. And then I've got one going up in the top as well. So I want to get that mounted. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's grab our reservoir. We've got the EK 140 Revo D5 RGB and it mounts right here. There we go. Okay, let's start putting some other parts in. We've got a motherboard that needs to go in. We've got the MSI MEG X570 Ace. I'm going to go ahead and get that mounted. To me, this looks gold, this writing and stuff that's on the motherboard. It could be maybe not exactly gold, but that's why I chose the golden RAM. I figured that TridentZ Royal in gold would kind of blend with the gold that's on this motherboard. So that's why I picked that. I normally don't like gold things, but for this, I think it's going to look nice. As for the CPU, we've got the Ryzen 9 5950X going in. Go ahead and get that mounted. Let me go ahead and grab storage. We've got the ADATA XPG Spectrix S40G RGB, which you won't see because it's going to be under a cover, but it is 2 terabytes. And that's really all we need for our office PC. I don't need a bunch of hard drives and other things in here. And then RAM. I've got 4 sticks of this G-Skill TridentZ Royal in gold, 32 gig, 3200 megahertz. I'm going to get all 4 sticks of that mounted in here. There we go. And I think it blends really nice with the motherboard. I think that looks pretty good myself. Okay. So let me grab a power supply. We've got that EVGA Supernova 1600 watt. We're going to put that right here. I'm going to go ahead and get the PSU mount on here, though, so I don't have to worry about that later. Then I want to get some thermal paste on the CPU, and I'm going to go ahead and mount the CPU block, which is the EK RGB CPU block. Very nice. And then I've got a couple of 3090s that are going to go in here. A nice pair of water-cooled EVGA RTX 3090 for the Win 3 Ultra Hydro Copper Gaming. 2 of those, and they are single slot. In case you were wondering why I only removed one of those, they are single slot cards, which is pretty dang cool. Now, the only issue I have is this silly little SLI bridge that does not properly connect. That is hopefully going to get patched at some point in the game, because we should have a big high bandwidth SLI bridge that goes there, not one of these old school ones from like the 700 series or something like that. But who knows? Who knows? It may stay like that for quite some time. All right. It is time to cable. It is time to cable. I want to do something in cyan. I'm going to do the ribbon braided plain cyan cables. I want to go ahead and get everything cabled up. Do that. Then we've got the graphics cards. And once everything's cabled, I'm going to get all the piping run for this. And we'll be able to power it up and see what kind of monster of a PC this thing actually is. All right. For the piping, I'm going to go with a clear rigid and what am I looking for here? These Corsair Hydro X Series gold fittings. I think they're going to go nice with the other gold that's in here. So I'm going to go ahead and connect these 2 graphics cards together. And if anything gets a little long when it comes to piping, which sometimes happens while I'm trying to get things just right, I'll probably just cut away and then come back. But to start, this is the out port. And I'm going to do different than I normally do. Oftentimes I'll run from the out just right up into the front rad, but I don't want to do that today. I want to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to run to this upper radiator here. And I'm going to drop all this down. You go under the graphics card. And then I'm going to kind of bump out around them, just for a bit different look. Now, is that wire? It is not running through. Okay, good. Let's see. Let's remove that bend because I don't want it there, and I want to move this up higher. Okay, I think I am happy with that. Let me go ahead and accept it. Then I'm going to run out of this upper radiator and down into the CPU block. I want to do something kind of like this. Can I get this a little more even? And that seems to be about as even as it gets, so I'm going to go ahead and accept that one. And then I'm going to run out of the CPU block and into this front radiator. Oh, that bend needs to go away. I want to go down a little bit, kind of below the RAM. Get this evened up a little bit. There we go. I'm happy with that. Go ahead and accept it. And then I'm going to come out of this front radiator and back to this graphics card. Let's bring this down like so. All right, I'm happy with that. Go ahead and accept that one. And then I'm going to come out of this bottom graphics card and into the reservoir. Let me get this thing straightened up a little bit. And I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and accept it. Okay, I just want to make sure this wire wasn't running through. I can't stand it when it does that. It drives me nuts. Okay, so everything's all piped. Now it's time to add some coolant and get this case put back together. So let me do the case first. And then we'll get some coolant in there. And then we'll power this thing up and see what it does. Back out a little bit. I feel like I'm real close to the top of, of this case. There we go. All right, let me get the front dust filter on here and the front panel. And then I don't think anything else. We've just got the side panels. So I'm going to put this side panel on. I'm going to leave the other one off for just a few. Because I got a couple of things to do. I need to get coolant in here. We're going to do cyan to match the cyan cables. I'm going to let this pump through. All right, there we go. We've got coolant. Now, I'm going to grab a USB drive. And I'm also going to go ahead and put this side panel on. And let's power this up. Obviously, I'm going to have to change some colors. I want to hop into the BIOS really quick. I will probably overclock this. RAM's already running at 3200 megahertz, so I will probably overclock that as well. We only have the one drive. I just wanted to make sure everything was good to go. Then I need to get some software on here. We want 3D Mark, GPU tuner, OCCT, the lighting app, and obviously since this is going to be the office computer, we're also going to need things like the custom water cooling shop, part ranking, PC bay, the regular shop, probably the peripheral shop, and other things as well. I'm not going to worry about all of that right now. Let's go ahead and restart. First thing I want to do is change some lighting colors. I'm going to select everything except for that. And I want to get kind of a cyan that matches. Let's see if this is close. Ooh, that's real close. That'll probably work for now. That actually looks really nice. That looks really nice. But what I'm curious about what kind of 3D Mark score we're going to get on this Office PC. So let me get this running. This is base. I haven't adjusted anything. I haven't overclocked it or anything at all. I want to get a score, and then I'm going to overclock it and see if we get a better score. So as soon as I have a score, I'll be right back. All right, there it is, 25,674. That is not too bad of a score at all. That is not bad at all. Got over 30,000 on the graphics score. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put you guys through watching me overclock all this. If you don't know how to overclock a CPU, or if you don't know how to overclock a graphics card, I have videos on my channel that show you how to do that, so I'm not going to do a walkthrough right now. I'm just going to step away and get it all done, and then I'll come back and we will run a 3D Mark test. All right, so it's all overclocked. We're hitting a max of 100.38C on the CPU and right around 95 and 94 respectively on the two GPUs, pulling 1,014 watts. Here's the settings on the graphics card. Also, I got the CPU to 5 gigahertz, and the RAM I was able to, it was rated for 3200 megahertz. I got it overclocked to 3600 megahertz. So not too bad, not too bad. I'm going to stop this infinite test here. I'm going to close this stuff out. And if you don't remember, we got a 25,674 on our first 3D Mark test. Let's see if we get something better on this one. I'm going to get 3D Mark running, and as soon as it has a score, if it blue screens or does something, I will come right back and show you. All right, so we got a 26,816, not a huge increase. I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I really wasn't, because the CPU is pretty much at its max. I can't take it any further. And the graphics cards were pretty close. I mean, being that they're 3090s, they're pretty close to their max too. But not a bad score. I am happy. I mean, especially for an office PC, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Let's take a look at this thing. I think it turned out really nice. Like really, really, really nice. And obviously I still have more software I need to get put on it. And I need to get it under the desk. And we will probably get the other one listed on PC Bay in the coming episode or so. Let's see what we can get off of this thing. It's saying it's worth almost 7,700 bucks. And this is worth about 96.50. So not too shabby. In the next episode, we will get back to regular PC building simulator episodes. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified as soon as a video goes live. Also, if you want to help support me and my channel, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, guys, and I will see you in the next episode.